If you're watching this, you're probably frustrated with customers abandoning their carts right before checkout. You're not alone. The average cart abandonment rate is 69.99%, according to the Baynard Institute. And that average is based on 48 shopping cart abandonment studies, which range from 56% to 81%. Today, I'll show you exactly why this happens and give you insights on how to fix it. So, number one is hidden costs. The problem is that customers are hit with unexpected fees right there at the end of checkout, and that doesn't foster trust. The symptoms are that you'll have cart abandonments after the shipping or the tax is displayed, high bounce rate on total cost. When you reveal the total cost, they're like out of there. Negative feedback, people will actually take the time to say something about your shopping cart process and how they feel about it. Pay attention to those because those are real important. Some fixes are to show all your costs up front. If you've got, don't try to hide the shipping. Make a shipping calculator available. Make sure that people understand what your shipping costs are, what your free shipping thresholds are, and give clear tax estimates in the cart. At least a ballpark. Amazon does a really good job with that, so that it's not the exact price, but you're getting a ballpark of what you're going to be hit with there at the end. Number two is trust issues. The problem is insufficient security signals. We operate in a world where there are distractions everywhere, and the way that we've been created is that we are able to focus in on small little details, and it's a blessing, because otherwise we would be bombarded, and we don't need that. And so we operate in a tunnel vision sort of way, and we're not aware of many things that are subconscious and how we react to them. And one of these things is trust, and your website needs to look a certain way so it can be trusted by your customers and your users, and the way it's laid out, etc. So insufficient security signals and credibility indicators are key. You need to convince your users that you're safe to do business with. What does that look like? You'll see abandonment at payment information entry, where just too much information, and they don't trust giving you that information. Customer service inquiries about security. What type of who's your payment processor? Where's my information stored, if at all? And you'll have low conversion on high value items. And some ways to fix that, or solutions, are to everybody does it now, but SSL, or a secure socket layer implementation, and let your users know that, hey, we're using secure socket layer encryption to make sure that your data is safe. And unless you're a very large company, you really don't need to be storing anything that's sensitive about your users. All that you need to know is if you're shipping, their address, their name, and what items they're buying, and then let your payment processor keep all that other data. We are in a place today where even the government is hacked. We have in the news all the time about these sensitive information being leaked or hacked and then thrown all over the dark web. So you need to make sure that you're not keeping that data, so that you're not on the hook for that, and let these really high-powered payment processors spend all the money and do all of the research and implementations to keep that data safe. You don't need that headache. So anyway, moving on, promise security badges. What's that? Well, powered by Stripe, or a PayPal button, or credit card logos, Discover, American Express, etc. Shows that you're using things, the payment processes that are common and are something that your user might be familiar with. Make sure your return policies are clear. Make sure that there's no doubt about what people are, when they buy, what they're receiving, and if they don't get what they are receiving, which has been made very clear to them, then there is a return process and a policy. Customer reviews. If you've got a lot of reviews, get those reviews up there. Have pop-ups, or one of my favorites is to have a little pop-up at the bottom of the screen, which has, Anna was very satisfied with the process, the purchase process, and fulfillment was real easy, and then it keeps, popping up every once in a while. Otherwise, have a review page or have it on your home page, etc. Design your site in a way that is professional. You don't have to have it done by a professional, but have your theme or the way your website looks look so the design elements are all working together to foster trust and credibility. Make your users think that you take your business seriously and them seriously. And so, and then number 3 is a complicated checkout. Multi-step pages, confusing checkout process. You'll start hearing people in the requesting support on how to use your checkout. They want to buy what you have, but they can't figure it out. You'll have high dropout rates during the checkout steps, incomplete form submissions, and the way to fix that, some ways, are one-page checkout. It reduces friction, so that people aren't having to, go through it. If you are going to have multi-page, at least give a progress bar. Possibly have a guest checkout option, so that they don't have to create an account on your website. PayPal is one that does this, where you can just buy something using the PayPal account. PayPal feeds in the address and the name and everything like that, so that no account needs to be made. Try to reduce the number of required fields, so that people, again, aren't having to slog their way through that. They've got through your checkout form. They've got other things to do. They just want to buy your stuff and get out of there. Make sure that you're optimizing for mobile. These are all really important things to reduce friction and the complication in a checkout process. Number 4, limited payment options. So you're not offering the customer's preferred payment method. If you are international, are you providing payments that can be made internationally? Payment method requests in your support. They're asking you, well, what do you accept? That type of question. You'll see where in your support, people might say something along the lines of, well, competitor A has it over here for what, X amount, and competitor C has it over here for X amount, and you're charging Y, and they're asking, well, why? So how do you fix something like that? Try to integrate multiple payment solutions, obviously. I like PayPal. I like to use PayPal. It's got my data. I don't agree with them on everything, but as far as the business end of it, they've got my data in one place. They've kept it safe for a number of years, for decades now. And when I go to a site, I just am able to plug that in. I don't have to get an account, open an account, etc. But there's other things like Google Pay, Apple Pay. Other people like Stripe, and then you can set up your own merchant account through other resources. Another thing is to have like a buy now, pay later option. eBay does that a lot. Digital wallet support, local payment options where somebody maybe can write out a check and mail it to you, that type of thing. And number 5, no recovery strategy. This is a big one. So let's say that people are abandoning your cart. Do you have some way of getting them back into the checkout flow? So you have, and you need to have that. You'll have lost sales, and you have no way of following up. You have no data on the abandonment. You're missing out on a lot of income and revenue. So one way to do that is to fix this is to have an email sequence. Probably you've already got an email address, and you send them an email saying, hey, your cart's still there. Click this link to get back into the checkout process, that type of thing. If they do exit the page, and I don't like to use this a lot, but this is a good case. This is a good case where it's necessary. You're trying to earn an income. You've got something that's beneficial to your users and your customers, and they need to buy it. And you need to have an exit pop up. So when they're getting ready to exit out, there's a pop-up that says, hey, do you really want to leave, that type of thing. And you can offer them 25% off or 20%, whatever, some sort of coupon, so they can get a discount. There's other ways that you can think that through. Another thing you can do is retarget. So maybe you have a pop-up or an email that even though their cart is there, and then offer them, have pictures of other things that are like the thing that they were buying, to move them and retarget them into another sales funnel, to where they might be interested in something else. And then recovery discounts. You can send them an email again, hey, sorry you didn't get that, but how about 20% off your next purchase? That type of thing. You're getting them used, and you have to remember, you're getting them used to buying on your website, and that's important. They get used to coming. It's just like geographic or physical locations. You drive around. You may drive the same street 100 times over a course of years, but you never saw that little store that was in that strip of businesses on Main Street until a friend brought it up to you, and then you checked it out, and you walked in their front door and you saw some things that you could use. And that's important. It works in the digital world too. When people start buying from your website, they will come back and buy more, and that's important because you want recurring revenue. So anyway, these 5 issues account for more than 80% of cart abandonments, and by addressing them, you can reduce cart abandonment by 20 to 40%. Remember, every abandoned cart represents lost revenue. So start with the easiest fixes, show all the costs up front, and simplify your checkout process, and then work through the rest, and that'll get you farther along the successful business model path. So check the description to see if there's any documents that might be able to help you. Bye.